Hi everyone, my name is Julian. I'm making this video because a few years back I was diagnosed with MS. Um, I live in Ireland and I'm originally from France. Um, so I'm here to explain my bit about my story. Something that really helped me out at the start was people's videos and accounts of their journey through living with MS. And I found that really beneficial to learn about it from other people, but also that there was a community out there that, we could help one another and just inform one another, things that neurologists and doctors might not know. And that was a great help. So just to start with my symptoms at the start, it came on me all of a sudden. I went out for a run, came back home, and got this weird sensation in my feet, pins and needles, just normal pins and needles. And I thought, geez, what is this? What's pins and needles? And I thought nothing of it, but it was a bit strange. And gradually over days, the pins and needles didn't go. It kind of went up like a radar, slowly going up through my whole body until my neck was numb after a few weeks. Now my whole body, from my toes right up to my neck, was numb. There was tingliness in my hands and my feet. It was very strange. So my doctors didn't think it was MS or anything to be worried about, maybe a deficiency or something. But in the end, I put myself into hospital and I said that I wouldn't leave until they found out what it was, because I felt very bad. So yeah, by the time I got into hospital, they had to do all these tests. They performed a lumbar puncture on me and they reviewed some MRIs, and the lumbar puncture was not nice, but it's nothing to be afraid of. I mean, you don't really see what's happening, and just try and stay still, because it's a needle in your spine, just to take out the fluid. It has to meet a certain criteria of MRIs and some detection in your spinal fluid, which I'm not going to get into because I'm not a doctor. But they have to do tests, and it has to meet a particular criteria to it to be called MS. By then, I'd say in the space of a month, it went from numbness to just my body felt heavy. I couldn't walk properly. I felt very slow. I felt gravity was twice as strong as it usually is, which meant I was walking really slow. And I remained probably in bed 3 months after my diagnosis. 3 months, I had no energy. It felt as if I was carrying a lot of weights. But all in all, the recovery process was pretty fast. I was lucky that I didn't have any other symptoms. It's different for everybody. Some people have symptoms that can affect the eye, can affect their motor function or walking, but mine was just numbness and tingling, which to this day, after 3 years, still affects me. There's still some residual symptoms, but thanks to high-tech medication, you can really stop the progression of the disease. Thankfully enough, there's not just that. I had a lot of resilience in recovering, and I told myself that I'm not going to let this affect me. I'm not going to let this disease take me over mentally and physically. And after I recovered, I went back into acting. I started getting involved in a lot more theatre, which I've loved all my life, but I never really had time to do. And I also managed to run a marathon after my diagnosis to raise money for people that are affected with MS, but people that are a lot more affected and that need supports. And everyone, it doesn't mean you know that you're affected really badly or that you're affected just a little bit. Everyone needs support. So I did it not so much to raise funds for MS, but to prove to myself that this disease won't be the better of me. And you should take that into consideration if you get diagnosed with something so that can appear so tragic, but that there is light. Don't let your thought process ruin you, and fight and do things that make you happy. Spend time with your family. Resilience and self-care is everything, but also to have a positive mind. And that really helped me in the start of my journey journey with this disease. Look, I hope this has helped you. Unfortunately, if you have been diagnosed with MS, it's not the end of the world. We're fighters. MS people are fighters, and we should all be fighters. And you'll be all right.